So today I'll be covering how we can use Copilot, especially Copilot with our Microsoft 365, right? Because we have many tools which are available as of now. We have ChatGPT, we have Perplexity, we have many different tools. Canva, everyone has AI inbuilt. But how we can use Copilot, which is being used in our day-to-day life, right? We are using all our collaboration tools. How we can leverage Copilot and improve our productivity. Okay, before diving deep into it, a brief about myself. My name is Kunj Sangani, and I have like 11 plus years of experience into the IT industry. I am an independent consultant freelancer from last like 2.5 years now, and I'm even trying to uh, sell my services and all those things. Okay, these are few of my social media handlers. You can contact me, and this is my LinkedIn. You can just scan it and connect with me. You can message me on LinkedIn. I'll be very happy to reply in case if you need any other help, any non-technical help as well. Okay. So that is regarding myself. And first thing, which is why we are here. Today we are here to save time. Okay. Let us take a scenario is for example, if we are taking every day, like if we are going to office or if we are doing work from home, any way, we are reading our emails, right? So while reading our emails, let's say for example, we are on an average taking 1 hour per day, because by a survey, there are almost 122 emails each individual receive on an average every day. Okay. So considering you spend 1 hour a day just for reading, going through your emails, replying to them and all those things. Now consider if you just save 50% of your time. Out of 1 hour, you save 30 minutes, and consider the magnitude of it in a year. Okay. So consider 30 minutes for around roughly 200 to 50 days, which you work, right? And which turns out to be almost 8 to 10 working days. So if you save your 8 to 10 working days, you can ask your manager that, okay, with my increased productivity, I can take more leave, or maybe I can spend my time with my family. So this is what will help you to achieve using it, and we will go through how we can achieve it and how, what are the tools which would help us achieve this, right? Because by saving time, you're not only saving time, you are saving money as well. Because as we all are in the knowledge based industry where we sell our time to get the money. So if we save our time, so we save our money as well. So everything is interlinked. Okay. Now, let us understand the typical scenario of how enterprise collaboration has evolved. Okay, so previously, what would happen is if the two organizations to work, they used to send letters. Okay, and we had mail delivery. So the first scenario. Okay, a very old scenario wherein people used to write letters, then it would take around a week to get delivered based on the location, geography, all of that. Okay. Very cumbersome, very difficult, very old method. Then came telephone. So you can dial a number and you can directly contact that person and give your information. Previously as well, telephone were one-way communication, wherein first a user would send the message, the receiver will receive, then the receiver would be able to talk back. But we have improved our technology in such a way now we have two-way communication. So at the same time, I can also speak, at the same time, the receiver can also speak. Okay. So it's a now two communication. Very efficient, but with the evaluation of the internet, there came a scenario wherein we used emailing. And that is where I was saying on an average, still people are getting 122 emails a day, which is a huge number. Okay. Now consider we are sending email for the communication. We are using it as a like kind of paper based thing, which is our proof. All those things is in email. But Even the technology has evolved from email to instant messaging, right? We don't want to send type email and not like have those traditional methods. We want to have our emojis send, we want to send our gifs, we want to do more than just typing out. Okay, that is where our instant messaging chat comes into the picture. Then we evolved with that as well. Now we wanted to have a platform or an application where we can see each other, where we can do our video calling. Okay. So then there was an evaluation where we did video platforming, wherein we had video calls, all of that. We went one step more ahead. Now we have team together, wherein a team of 5, 10, 15, 20 can collaborate together, work together in a for example, if you are collaborating in a single document. Previously, what we used to do is we created V1, it was shared to someone else, he updated it, he created V2, shared again to us. It was a very like old method stuff. Now, is we can all together come, it in a single document, do our updates on the individual part or do a brainstorming, come together in the document and create a doc. Okay. So that is how together, team together comes into the picture. And now we are going another step ahead. Now everything is done using AI, right? Uh, 50% of the document, 80% of the document is generated using AI. We don't have to do any other stuff. AI takes care of it. Then we update it. We do the checking, all those things. So this is how our life is changing, and this is how we should leverage AI to get back our time and use it. Okay. Previously, in the same journey, let us consider Microsoft 365. I think many of you might have worked in your early days in an on-premises platform wherein we had data centers, we get those disks which we get in and then do all the stuff, right? But eventually that went away. We had file servers, all of that, all file servers were placed into big data centers. Now we have everything on cloud. Cloud also has their own data centers, but we don't own it. So everything is on cloud. The data is getting moved. Everything is in rack now. And exactly that is the reason we use M365, right? M365 has all the data, all the things is in cloud. We don't have to think about anything. We just need to buy the space. That's it. If you have, for example, 1 TB of data and you want to increase one more TB, you just need to raise a request and that's it. We don't have to think about which data which I need to bring in, what hardware I should buy, all those things. I don't have to manage anything. And because of this, AI has evolved a lot. If there was no cloud, there would not have been AI into the picture, because with the help of cloud, there were two important things which came for the AI. One, which was data, and the other one, which was the computation capability. Due to both of this, the AI things came into the existence because of the cloud. Okay. And now with the cloud, we can use everything in any of our device. You can be somewhere in the remote places where you have internet. You can access your document. You can use your Teams. You can use your email. So with this, work from anywhere is possible only because of this. If this would not have been possible, then those traditional things would still have been going on without anything. Okay. And that's the reason, if you see, right, the core of AI is just two things. First is data and the other is computation power. Currently, I have not displayed computation power over here, but if you see, data is the heart. Without data, your AI is nothing. And that is the reason why your Copilot becomes very important, because all your emails or your Teams chat or your meetings, all your meeting recordings, all your tasks, all your planners, everything is only and only is residing in one platform, which is Microsoft 365, if you are using it. Okay. If you're using Google Cloud, if you're using any other platform, yes, it could be scattered, right? For example, if you're using some other application for your Oracle, right? So all your data is in Oracle. But with the help of integration, you can bring Oracle data into M365 and all your AI capabilities could be in one single place. In the Copilot, you can just bring all the data and that is how you can leverage everything in one place. Okay. Now, in 2025, what is the issue for the collaboration platform? We have ample of tool. Okay. For example, if you see right now, right, for just time tracking or maybe for your task tracking, you have Planner, you have To Do, you have other applications like Monday, you have Asana, you have many different platforms. Which to choose, how to use it becomes very important for you as to save your time and to to streamline your process, right? Because if you use multiple tools day in and day out, right, then it would be very difficult for you to get all those information into one place. If you have time task which is getting created in Asana, you have emails which are coming Outlook, that sync your task creation from Outlook to Asana. Now you have all the which are available, it is, but you have to integrate it. If you're not integrating it, if you're still manually using that, okay, if there is any Outlook task which is coming up, you are manually going and doing it, you are wasting your time. Okay. In this time and age, we should definitely leverage right tools which could help our productivity. Okay. If you are only and only in M365 ecosystem, directly from Outlook, you can create a task. Okay. Directly into you don't worry about anything. It just creates a to do for you and you can track it from there itself. So this is how you don't have to context switch. Context switching is very important. While doing context switching, sometimes people waste their time as well. For example, if I'm going from one application to another, I might open another tab and start browsing anything which is of no use and I might waste my time. So to reduce those context switching, Microsoft it is trying to evolve in such a way that with just one application, you can do all the things. For example, if you are in browser or if you are in web, from browser, you do everything. If you are in Teams, from Teams, you do everything. You can integrate Outlook, you can get all the information there. From Teams itself, do all your stuff. This would increase your productivity by reducing context switching. Okay. Nowadays, as we know, right, everyone is having ample amount of meetings. So you have 3, 4, 5 meetings every day and you then this kind of stuff is very difficult. But with AI coming into the picture, you can create a summary out of it and you can you do not have to worry about writing down notes, taking notes and all those stuff. Everything is taken care by Copilot itself. Okay. And you just need to understand what is an AI noise. There are many tools which will not improve your, just increase noise. So you have to consider what are the right tools for you in your productivity journey and reduce those tools which are just making noise and not giving you the right output. Okay. Okay. Now we know, right? Copilot is everywhere. It is in Teams, it is in Outlook, it is in Word, everywhere. So how can we overcome, like, or rather, how can we leverage this Copilot? So to understand this, let us directly jump into the different kinds of Copilot and how we can use it. Okay. So if you see in the screen right now, I have a Copilot license, right? Now, if you have a Copilot license, you get two tabs. One is called as work and the other one is called as web. If you do not have Copilot license, if you're using only just normal Copilot without the license, you will get web. But consider this one is also very, very powerful. I would say people having an M365 account should less leverage ChatGPT, rather use Copilot more, because you have a control of where your data is going, right? If I say upload a document, it is going into my OneDrive. I know that. But in ChatGPT, if you upload that document, you are not sure where it is going. Maybe it might go into Azure Blob Storage. Maybe it might go to AWS. We don't know, right? But here you are certain that when you upload a document, it is definitely going to your OneDrive and nowhere else. Okay. So if you have a work tab, the difference between the work tab and the web tab in the Copilot is just that the work tab would have context to your things. It would have context to your meetings, to your messages, to your files, all of that. But you can do you can like do most of the stuff with the web as well. You can upload the document which you want. You can specify that, okay, I have this and this meetings, what you can do, all those things, right? So this is the first type of Copilot, which is called as M365 Copilot. Okay, very helpful, and it can be your day-to-day first thing which you can use. Okay, so for example, if you want to get summary of email, you can just click on summarize email, and you will get a summary of the email. So you don't have to go to your email, read all 100 emails which you are getting, just get a summary of it. You can even use Outlook Copilot. So if I go to Outlook, right, and if I click on any email, you see Copilot over here, okay, which is an Outlook Copilot. So what you can do is, if you have a very big email, right, and you want to get a summary of it right away, you can click on Summary by Copilot. So that would help you summarize your Outlook email. You can even reply to your email, okay? So you can, if you click on Copilot and if you say, I just allow this time. If you want to reply to any email, you can just say reply, okay? Create a reply for the email. So this will help you specify that, okay, which email it will ask. This is a generic one, okay? So you say, okay, this is done. Do you want to create it right away or not? Okay. So this is how you can use your Outlook Copilot. Then we have Copilot for Teams as well. So in Teams, if you go, you have Copilot and you can click on this Copilot, and it has the similar interface as your Microsoft 365. Okay. But please understand, both this Copilot has a different version behind the scene. Okay. So better to use web version rather than your team version, but internally it's one and the same only. Okay, so you can use your Teams Copilot if you don't want to do context switching. Okay, then you have third-party copilots which you can integrate in your Power Apps, Power Automate, all of that. Okay, so if you want to create one Power Automate, so let me just go to, for example, Word. Okay, let me just open a Word document. So let me say SharePoint Insights. Okay, so you see Copilot. This will help you summarize the document, create insights out of it, all these things. So this is also another type of Copilot which is available inside Word, inside PowerPoint, inside all your Microsoft documents, okay, which you use day in and day out. You create PPT, you create Word documents. So this would help you with those integration, okay. And I will quickly show you the Power Apps and Power Automate Copilot as well. So if I go to apps and if I go to all apps, see, we have many applications out of which we generally don't use many of them. But for those applications which we are using day in and day out, we should definitely leverage Copilot, which is available inbuilt. Okay. So for example, if I go to Power Apps and if I want to create a small application, okay, I can just prompt, and based on my prompt, okay, so I just need to describe what I need to create, okay. For example, I need to create this. So I just click on it and it will generate. We don't have to worry about anything. It will create the application for me. It will ask what are the data model, what are the things which you want to do. Okay, so this is how you can start your application and then build on it and leverage or maybe get your time back. Okay. Now going one step ahead. So we know, right? Copilot is everywhere in terms of Microsoft ecosystem. But what is the architecture, right? So behind the scene, if you have a $30 license thing, it has your Microsoft Graph thing. Okay. So it would be able to understand all the data behind it. So let's say, for example, you are in Teams, you are in anywhere, right? You are asking that, okay, bring all my summary of my email. So what it will do is it will go ask Microsoft Graph that, okay, for this particular user, give me list of all the emails which it has received. Based on that, as we have understand, right, semantic kernel and all those things in our previous session. So it will do semantic index for that, go to LLM, get the data and get our response back. So this is the high level architecture wherein a user will prompt. Based on that prompt, it will go get the result using Microsoft Graph, go to LLM, get the right response and present it to us. Now, what is very important while providing prompts to your Copilot? We should definitely give a detailed prompt, right? Why? Because I cannot type that, okay, write about our project. When we say write about our project, Copilot will not understand what type of project I'm talking about. So I should give a context that, okay, I am talking about a project which is alpha's progress, whatever is it, right? It could be your own project, whatever is in your context, you can specify that context, and based on that, it would be able to provide you those response. Okay. Now, let us skip this. I will directly jump into the Copilot agents part. As you know, right, Copilot agent is everywhere. Similar, like everyone wants to create an agent, similar to, okay. So there are many different types of agents which are available in Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay. The first one is if you want to create an agent right away, right? So here, if you see, we have many agents which are available, but if you click on all agents, you can create your own agent as well. Okay. Now this is something which is called as declarative agent. You just specify what type of agent you want, what is the agent capabilities. We will go through it. We'll create one agent. But if you see, right, built by Microsoft. So these are many agents which are already built by Microsoft and you can leverage them. The two of like rather three of those agents which are very, very helpful. And I would recommend every one of you that if you are using it, you should definitely check this out. One of them is Prompt Coach. Okay. Why it is very important is you might be typing some Copilot and you are not getting response, right response. What it will do is you can type, okay, please provide me summary of email. What it will do is it will help you design the prompt in such a way that you can use that prompt. So say, please rephrase it to get the answer. So what it will do is it will give you the right set of prompt and it will help you. With this, if you use this for 1 month, it would be very helpful. You can improve your prompting skills and you can use this. Okay. So definitely highly recommended Prompt Coach. Okay. Do check it out. It is very helpful. The other agent which is available from Microsoft is called as Analyst. And what it will do is it will analyze all your file and create a chart out of it. And it will even show which Python script it has used, how it has analyzed, so that you can understand and get confidence that, okay, what is going on. So for example, let me just upload a file which I have downloaded. So let me just say Add attachment, upload. Okay, let me just load and select the file. Now this file contains the financial sample data, and it's a sample data. Okay, based on this, it will understand the correlation and it will create a chart for me. Okay, and this is why it is very important for executives who want to get chart quickly, right? From their Excel. Previously, it would take some time for us to analyze the data, create a Power BI report out of it. Then they will just take a screenshot of that Power BI report, put it in a PPT. This was the major task for any like management or executives who just want to showcase the data. But with this analyst, you can just see, for example, coding and execution. If I just expand this, you will understand which Python script which is getting executed behind the scene. Okay, you can see how it is executing those data, what are the things it is doing, and based on that, it will generate a correlation insights and it will give me a correlation report, right? Not only that, it will even help you get the relevant next prompts. So it will say analyze profitability by product. Why? Because it understands the file which I have present is related to this. So now I don't have to waste my time doing a Power BI report or analyzing. You should definitely do that if you want to do a if you want to clean the data. Currently, ETL and all those things are not done in this analyst. But if you want to do that, you can do that. Once you have the right set of data which you have, just upload it, you will get all the insights. So you don't have to worry about different reports because in maybe, for example, in any visualization tool, maybe in Tableau, in Power BI, you have defined a fixed set of graphs which has been generated. If you want to change those, if you want to have another set of graphs or something else, so with this, you can just upload your data and based on that, it will do everything for you. Okay. So now I said summarize profitability by product. It will give us a visualization for that as well. See, it gives us a nice chart. And we can even say that, okay, don't give me this chart, give me another chart. It will do it for you. Okay. And it will even show where is your source. So if you see, right, the source is definitely in my OneDrive file. Okay. So if I just click on it, it goes into OneDrive and downloads the file. So your data is your data, not going anywhere else. And this is how you can leverage analyst. The third agent which I wanted to talk about today is researcher. This is very, very important if you are a product developer or someone like product manager, where who has tasked to research that what is helping their clients, what they should do, what they should not do, what is the new product which they should come up with, what are the features they should implement. With this researcher, everything can be done using just a simple prompt. So what this takes around 5-10 minutes. So what I've done is for our today's event, right, which is our Microsoft 365 productivity day, I just created one prompt that, okay, create an executive status report on Microsoft 365 productivity day, include key wins, milestone and risk. So based on this prompt, you can just see it understood where exactly it is happening. So if you see, right, if I just go down, see, it took me, it understood that, okay, Microsoft 365 Productivity Day 2025, which is happening in Pune. Okay, so if I just go to the link, it actually takes me to that Pune Tech Community link to our event. And not only that, it understands who are the speaker, what are the speakers which they are going to talk about, what are their plannings and all those things. So detailed complete report is presented to me. So it says, see, 14 sessions, 15 speakers, estimated attendees, all these things is in the report. Okay. So what would be there? Educate and inspire, share best practices, networking and community, everything in just one simple prompt. So you can understand the power of all these three agents. And I would highly recommend every one of you to try this out. Okay. Now, for example, if you want to create custom Copilot agents, which we were talking about, right? The first approach. In this first approach, what you can do is it's very, very simple. You go to all agents, okay? Click on create agent. Now, by just clicking on create agent, you can go to configure and just see the amount of things which you can do. You can provide an instruction. You can add knowledge, okay? So you can upload your file. You can say, okay, my file is coming from, for example, SharePoint. So I can say, okay, more places, go to market travels, okay, get those files. Okay, based on that, for example, if I go to, let's create a sample uh, agent, okay. So if I go to Copilot demo, I have a list of documents called as travel brochures. I can select all this and say, okay, now I will create an agent which is called as travel agent for my company. Okay, so for your company, you can have a specific set of documents which you want to say. So with this agent, what everyone can do is everyone can just come to this agent, ask their queries, maybe even book. If you have all those things in place, they can even book it. Okay. But how they can book it, I will come to that into a different scenario. So I'll just give a description. There's okay that you are a travel agent, you do all those stuff. Then I can provide the instruction, what they can do, what they cannot do. Okay. And based on that, I can just say, I can try it out over here as well. So for example, create a trip to Dubai for 5 persons and it should be luxury trip. It should be budget trip, for example. Okay. Now, based on the documents which I have uploaded, it would understand that, okay, I am talking about Dubai. Okay. And what I should do is, see, it will bring all the accommodation options. What are the things which I should do? What, based on like how many days, cost estimation, where it is coming from, and it will show you the document as well. So if you see, right, it is coming from this. So all these things can be done by just creating a Copilot agent. And this is very simple. Anyone like an end user can also create their agent and they can leverage it. The second type of agent is Microsoft Copilot Studio agent. Now, this is for end users can create it. This is for like kind of a mix of both the world, wherein a developer and an end user both can create it. And how you can create it is very simple. You can go to Copilot Studio. Now, Copilot Studio is it has a URL called as copilotstudio.microsoft.com. You navigate to this URL. This requires a license, okay? And once you have the license, or you can use a free license for your testing purpose, you can click on create. Either use existing agent which is available, or you can use your own new agent. Once you use your new agent, you can directly just specify what your agent is going to be doing and it can be created, or else you can skip to configuration. When you skip to configuration, what would happen is you can just say agent for travel. For example, I'm doing the same thing, but now what I want to do is whenever someone says that, okay, just maybe create a ticket or do something, then I can call any triggers as well. So I can add trigger that, okay, when a new response, when an item is created in SharePoint list, I want to do something which is recurring, that, okay, maybe update something. So I can leverage triggers, which is not available in our Copilot agent. So this is my M365 Copilot agent, but in Copilot Studio agent, we can leverage triggers, we can leverage tools. Okay, so we have many different tools which are available. We can directly connect to Microsoft Teams. We can connect to OneDrive. All these things we can connect to ServiceNow. All of them is available. Okay, we can connect to another agents as well. So if I want to have multi-agent scenario, one agent calling another agent, doing all those stuff, I can do it over here. Okay, with Copilot Studio, you can add your own knowledge, which is default available in M365 Copilot agent as well. So not only knowledge, but you can leverage tools, triggers, and agents as well. So these are the additional capabilities. Now, consider you are a pro code and you want to do all coding stuff, which Janardar explained, right? Where we had the demo of everything. So you can use Azure AI Foundry. This will help you build the agent from ground up. Okay. So you have everything in your capability to develop it. You can write your own code. You just need to use the framework which is available. Okay. That's it. With this, it's pro code kind of thing. This is a mix of both the world, and this could be an end user thing. Okay. So these are the different kind of Copilot agents which are available, and this would help you increase your productivity, okay, by using these agents. Okay. Now coming to the adoption part of your agents, okay. What in terms of your organization you should do is, if you are like in your organization, if you are having Copilot or if you have those license, you should have the adoption strategies as well. So Microsoft has very good documentation which you can go through. Okay. So let me just open that up. Okay. I just wanted to talk about Copilot, but that we'll talk later. Copilot adoption. So if you go through this, right, it has Copilot Success Kit. So this will help you get all the documentation, that what should be your strategy, what should be your user enablement guide, technical readiness. These are the documents which are available from Microsoft itself. Just leverage those. And if you are going to plan to implement Copilot into your organization, it will help you in the journey. Okay. I will not take much time. I have few slides to cover, but I'll just quickly go through it. What are the metrics that will say that, okay, whether your Copilot engagement or the agents which you have created has actually improved anything as well or not? So the first thing is time. If there is some kind of time which is saved, then definitely whatever you have done or invested is helpful. Okay. If there is some improvement in your cycle as in something which you are developing again and again, okay, if it is getting reduced with that, so that is also a metrics to say that, okay, your engagement was successful. And there are many different usage and adoption KPIs which are available. You can go through the documentation. Okay. And for the governance, security, and compliance part, you have purview. Okay, you can use data loss policies, purview sensitivity, so that not all the documents get crawled. Okay, you can mention that, okay, this is very sensitive. Do not allow anyone in the user to use this document in Copilot. Okay, you can have audit trails, you can have data residency. All these things will help you govern and secure your data. For example, in SharePoint as well, we can specify what are the sites which should get crawled. Okay. We can specify that, okay, these are the sites which should be used in the Copilot, and these are the sites which should not be used in the Copilot. Okay. And we have gone through the adoption playbook. One thing which I just wanted to showcase for those users who are using Copilot. Okay. If you see, we have see more. So you have prompts which are available. And if you click on see more, you have prompt gallery. I would recommend all of you, if you are using this, please go through this prompt gallery. It is very, very helpful. What you can do is, maybe you can use some of this prompt to understand what are these prompts and how you can leverage Copilot for those activities. And we have a dedicated site for it as well. So if you see, right, we have copilot.microsoft.com/prompts. This will give you a list of all the prompts. What you can do is you can even share a prompt with your team. You can save it as a prompt. So once you saved it, you will be able to get it under your prompts. So your prompts will display all the prompts which you have shared. If you share it to your team, it will showcase over here that, okay, what are the prompts which you have shared it with your team. So this is how you can improve your productivity, leverage Copilot, and increase adoption in your organization. Okay. And I think that's it from my side. If anyone has any questions, I would be happy to help you with that.
I don't